Hey, what's up? What be up, folks? No. Good to see everybody tonight. Um, and those who are going to join on replay, hello to you. Let's see who's here so far. Hey, Hemi, my brother. Tinksy, my sweet little zucchini. Betty Boop, the trooper. Okay. Yeah, I know. This isn't a crazy stream, so maybe not so many people be watching. Good to see everybody tonight. Um, let's see. Tonight's topic is giants and Nephilim. Oh, I got a guest. Hold on. Hold on a second. I got a guest. I got a guest. Okay, here we go. Mr. G. Hey, Mr. G.
Hello.
Everybody say hi to Mr. G. Hey, Shadow, good to see you. How's it going? Anyway, we're going to talk about giants and Nephilim tonight with the better half here, Mr. G. Of course, he's the better half. Look, Hemi's already wooting rooting for you there, Mr. G. It's in the background, scowling. Anyway, I guess I should go on to the topic since, people are here. Um, anyway, has anybody like seen the things on the Book of Enoch or any of that? If you haven't, it's a quick search. Um, it's one of the books that was left out of, well, most versions of the Bible. Basically, what we have is the abridged version out there, I guess you could say. But let's go on to these giants, right? Yeah, yep, I have it on my book itself. There you go. Right. I'm sure a lot of people have them. I think we have one on almost in each room. Marie, good to see you, sweetheart. Yeah. I noticed the time. It's not too late where you are. It's evening. Anyway, so giants and Nephilim are referenced in they're referenced in many different holy books. Okay. What? Yes, David and Goliath, but I'll get to that. Oh, yep. No drama. Most of the people here are not drama, so we're good. Anyway, so in history, there's biblical references, and and most people I ran into are like, that's not, there's nothing in the Bible about giants or Nephilim. And I'm like, you better, go back and read it. Go back and read it because it's in Genesis. There's other references throughout, but, this isn't a church meeting. But Genesis 6:1 through 6:4, like, really gets in. And it states that when human beings, or man, right, began to increase in number on the earth, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God, or, in some versions, angels, saw that the daughters of man were beautiful. Okay? And that's where, if you look into it, a lot of different sects and religions have women cut their hair or wear wigs or cover their heads so that they don't tempt angels. Islam. Yeah, Islam does that. Also, Orthodox Jewish communities do that. Yes, they are referenced in Genesis and Numbers. Yep, they don't. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes things get taken out depending on what version you have, right? I mean, but here, I'll get back to it. They saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, um, and they took them for wives, and let's see, from any of them that they chose. Then the Lord said, "My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Mortal. Their days will be numbered 120." Okay, and it says the Nephilim were on earth in those days and also afterward, when the sons of God, angels, went to the daughters of humans, man, and had children by them. They were the heroes of old and men of renown. Okay. And that was like even before the floods. Okay. And the floods supposedly took out most of them, but there was still, it could be stated that there was genes that made these people, taller. And they could have, you know, had it like recessively in their genes. Any of Noah's sons, anyway, which were there were three of them. I know Ham was one. Um, Japheth, and I can't, huh? Yeah, something like that. And I can't remember what the third son's name was. I can't remember offhand. Anyway, so it's like, and that was pre-flood, right? But after the flood, oh, and so here's a reference, Nimrod. Yeah, Nimrod, right? you know, and the Tower of Babel. Yeah, that was You do that a lot. Babel. I'm great. And then David and Goliath, like she stated earlier, and it also states that David and his men went and basically tracked down, hunted down Goliath's brothers, but I guess they were all troublemakers. Yikes. And that's just the biblical stuff. I mean, because then there's the ancient uh, Indian, Native American, or indigenous talks a bit. There you go, Shem. That's the one I forgot. Thank you, Shadow. You're, I mean, I got 2 out of 3. Bad, right? Amazing, amazing. Anyway, so getting on to the Native American, um, indigenous people, the Paiute tribe, and in their oral tradition, they speak about, or they did speak about, uh, red-haired giants with six fingers, 6 toes, and they would basically fight with them all the time um, in the Utah, Nevada area because they did find bones in Lubbock. Lubbock. No, I wasn't reading from the Bible. I was reading From notes and memory. I mean, from notes and memory. I mean, but that's just documented historical documentation right there. Okay. Historical documentation. You have anything to add, Mr. G? Dang. Are you even there? Oh, he fell off. Well, it was good seeing you. I wondered why you're so quiet. You know, they might have been in Alberta. That's something else we'll get to. There we go. I'll add you back, Mr. G. There you are. Did you fall off?
Yep.
Yeah. Hold on, I can turn my. There you go. Anything you got to add to that?
Nope.
Nope. Three tribes of the Nephilim. One of the tribes were known for red hair and six fingers and six toes. And yes, and what makes me wonder about that is like, you see that in people like Appalachia or where there's a large population of people that like are inbred. You see the six digits, you know? That's why a lot of people, started, putting the hands up and waving, if you think about it. I mean, let's show that we only have five digits. It's like waving a white flag, you know what I mean? Mm, yes, there seems to be some in there. Um, uh, I have seen recent things, but I'll get into that later. Um, but the Paiute tribe talks about it, and they talked about where there were like skirmishes, wars with these giants because they were man eaters or cannibals. They figured. Um, you're right. Goliath was the runt compared to the rest of his brothers because he was like 6 cubits. They talked about or 6.5 cubits. Oh yeah, yeah, yep. Some of them were 20 cubits, and he was, comparatively. So 6 cubits was like, oh gosh, what, it's between what, 8 to 11 feet, which is really nothing compared to, you know, 20, 20 feet, 20 to 30 feet. It just depended because I know that he had one brother that was the largest out of all of them. Yes, they did. I was going to say that because in Greek mythology and Roman mythology, right? Uh, Cronus, the Titans were giants. The Titans were giants. The red hair must have came from wherever fallen ones taught and spread. The mother most likely. Hey now, give me. I'm red haired. I don't have 6 digits, so they are trees or shrubs to them. You did say that, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. Roman mythology is a duplicate. They just changed the names, right? They just changed the names. So is it Cronus, Jupiter? I can't remember. I used to remember all that, but I'm like Kelly Bundy. So much information can be in before it goes out the other side. Traces of mythologies that angels depicted in Enoch taught certain things you can kind of follow in all god mythologies. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, they all had their own uh thing. In fact, I watched something on that. Each fallen one, like one taught um spellcraft or whatever. Another taught oh yes. What it was it as I might be wrong. Is Hazel? Anyway, one of them taught basically blacksmithing and sword making, how to make weaponry. That was something that we were not supposed to have knowledge of, or um, Willow, hey sweetheart, your man finally came. Mom, oh mom, finally came home. Oh, I'm sorry about that, girl. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. In Enoch, God punishes the fallen ones for mating with humans by having their children devour each other. Yep. There you go. Sounds a lot like Cronus, doesn't it? A lot. A lot of these religions and ancient beliefs like overlapped each other for places that are so far apart. Like you pointed out, Tinksy, Greek, Roman, and then if you look into some of the Druid, their pantheon, some of those overlap. Some of the Norse gods overlap. Egyptian, they overlap. It's weird all over these, and it makes you wonder if all these deities might not have been fallen angels. Hercules. Hercules and the two pillars. Samson in the Bible, yep, he tore down two main pillars he was chained to and brought the whole building down. Yeah, yes, I believe Samson was of not just strength. I think he was, had some type of Nephilim blood. Yep, in a way, it's like they overlap, and it's really cool. No, 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 that's fine. It's fine, Marie. You're fine, girl. I'm glad your mom got home. Yeah, and then some of the like I've noticed that some of the Greek translation got lost. You know how they always used like Greek in a way to back then to translate stuff, and some of the words would not translate all the way. Hey Johnny, what up? What up? Good to see you, Smurfball. Yeah, he did rewrite a lot of things. Yeah. There's some things that got left out. There's, I always find it fascinating to, I'm not anti-Catholic, right? Don't get me wrong, but I like to see some of the writings that didn't get into what I would call the abridged version. Hey, Mike, good to see you. You know what? Has anybody heard about that? I have. Did you watch anything on that, Mr. G? On the Giants of Contalar? Yeah, it is, Willow. It's fascinating because you can find videos of it all over. Um, yeah, I I come from like a very very varied kind of background as far as uh, different um, religions and stuff within my family. So I've been exposed to a lot of different things. Yeah, Rashway is this Hebrew name. Yep. Oh, you have friends that were there, Mike? Awesome. Awesome. Would you like to come up? Would you like to join the panel? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I'm going to drop it for whoever's interested in talking about this because, it is an interesting topic. And you could probably talk about it better than me. Good point. Good point, Shadow. I'm. You're so old she dated Jesus. Oh boy. Yeah, right. There. Yeah, I'm like, no way. No way was Jesus blonde with the blue eyes and yeah. uh, yep, bronze. There you go. Hey, I didn't deny it. I'm a Smurf. I am a Smurf. Hold on. Interesting.
TV.
Hey, what's up?
I got to turn down my TV.
Well, good job. Turn down your TV then man.
Yo, what up?
Mr. G's quiet. He must have either fallen off or fallen asleep or muted.
Hang on, I gotta figure something out. There it goes. Okay. Okay. Where did Mr. G go? I think he
I
fell asleep.
I don't know. He fell. He's looking at us.
Probably saying, I don't want to talk. I don't blame him. Mr. G, get up on the panel.
Right? Did
Luna.
you did you watch any of that on the Contalari
Okay.
Giants?
Okay. I you know what I was trying to explain to you the other night?
Mm-hmm.
I said I think I don't know where it is. I think it was in Nevada and in Arizona. And you know how you got those uh, like it looks like a mountain, but it's just sheared right off. Those are trees. They're petrified. That's from the giants. I'm telling you this. And I watched the documentary on it, and I'm like, woo! Right? Hello? Oh, did I get kicked off?
No, I accidentally muted myself.
I probably got kicked off. How the
No,
fuck do I fucking figure out how do I get on?
you're on.
Fuck! Oh, I'm on? Oh shit.
Yeah,
Sorry
stop.
guys, I didn't mean to swear. Sorry, Marie. Sorry. Oh, Betty. Oh, Jesus. I swore in front of Betty. Shit. Where's Mr. G? Hi, Mr. G.
I don't know. I don't know. He's there. He's there. We were talking
Probably
about.
listening. Probably saying, you bunch of frickin' idiots. Right?
No, I mean, I'm willing to let anybody talk on this subject because it is good. I mean, the thing is, I could read articles all day long,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I tell you, but they're right about that. I don't recall all the details on the Condolari situation. Do you know about that?
I gotta send you something about them hacking those trees down because we used to have big trees. Like,
Okay,
I mean, huge trees.
like
Like,
Redwood
not,
Forest. Redwood
yeah,
Forest.
like, not, no, no, no. Uh, Triple the size of that.
Okay.
That's what I've heard. And it's in Arizona and
New Mexico.
Nevada. Oh, probably Mexico too. Yeah.
New
Yeah.
Mexico. Yep.
They like when you see it, it's sheared right off.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen? I don't know. Maybe it was Mother Nature. We don't know. But what I'm saying is anything is possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I seen this, and I've gotta find this video for you, so I'll send it to you, so you can see it, and you're like, "Woo, yeah, maybe, right?" You got to
Right.
look at it that way, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Hmm. Anyways, I didn't want to derail your commentary. I'll let you just go ahead and talk to my buddy Willow. Oh, I love Willow, eh? She's such a cool girl. But Betty, oh God, I love Betty. Betty is such a sweetheart.
Oh wow. Okay.
Anyways, go ahead.
Oh, the Contalari giant is a legendary figure from Afghanistan. Is said to be 13 feet tall with flaming red hair, 6 digits on each hand, and 2 rows of teeth. I forgot about that. That's what they talk about. There was an actual. Okay, they talked about that. The Paiute Indians,
Yeah.
same type of giants, right? And they had uh,
There you go.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's how they found the bones. Hey, I hear your TV, dork. Miners digging for
No, that was me letting the dog out. She
okay,
wants to go see a rabbit.
okay.
Anyway,
Miners digging for bat guano in Nevada found strange objects leading to an official excavation in 1912 and 1924, which yielded thousands of artifacts, including 8 to 10 foot mummies, and those were the Leblanc cave giants, right?
Yeah.
Now, that was one that in Paiute tradition or oral tradition they talked about warring with them. They finally cornered them into Leblanc cave, and they like basically smoked them to death. Like they they all ended up dying of smoke inhalation, basically, the giants.
Yeah.
And those are the, and then there was an account from someone that I can't, I didn't copy this, but there was an account of two people that had actually looked at them or examined the bones and stuff. And they were talking about that. And
Hmm.
that's the two rows of teeth. Yeah. And that the bones were thicker. So, and they didn't even have a like meniscus. You know how we have, you know, in our, we have meniscus in our knees for, for, it's just, what is it? A severe, so sovial joint, you know? There's different joints in the body, which means our range of motion is more with the sovial joint. And they didn't really have that in their legs or their hips. So they they had more of a lumbering type of walk, you know? There wasn't as much flexibility. Even their ligaments were thicker on these.
Hmm.
So they're like they would have lumbered, they would just to support that mass, that weight. Their bones had to their density, their bones were a lot thicker, like almost I think twice as much, maybe more, you know. Look, everybody ran off.
You know,
Everybody.
I think they were built like that,
Mhm.
and the reason is because what we know of dinosaurs, they had to be bigger. They
Mhm.
couldn't they couldn't be what we are right now.
Mhm.
Dinosaurs would just be feeding off us, right?
Well,
We'd
yeah.
be the food chain.
Oh
Like
heck yeah.
we would be the cattle,
We
right?
definitely we wouldn't be the apex predators, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because back then, well, probably killed something with a stone, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know, and yeah.
But there was like an account. I know that there was an account of a condylary giant, and they talked about it in this Afghani village, from what I recall. And everybody knew, and they would tie goats out for him to feed the giant,
Yeah,
so he'd
yeah,
leave the village alone. But I
exactly.
guess, yeah,
But
I remember that. And then they said that they had two different units. Like one unit went out, military unit went out,
mhm,
and when that military unit went out, they didn't come back. So the second unit went looking for the first unit, and that's when they found this cave. I mean, and they had found like clothing, like ripped clothing, blood. You know what I mean? And it led to this
mhm,
this cave. And they said when they got there, a red-haired giant came screaming out and ended up killing one of the team members of the second team before they finally took down this thing, opening fire on it.
like
Now, yeah.
yeah, but I honestly think that these giants lived when the dinosaur lived. Like our
Possibly.
last dinosaur that actually lived through the dinosaur ages was the crocodile. But what
Well,
I'm saying,
there's
mhm.
other descendants.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's
Look, I
birds.
mean, like the like megalodon.
Yeah. Sorry. I will say this. till I'm blue in the face. It is still around.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're still like the giant squid, or colossal squid. There's a colossal squid,
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, it's still there. It
and
it
there's
was able to defend itself against, I guess, Mother Nature.
hmm
Um, but I'm telling you, everything was bigger back then.
yeah. Well, they've
And
already proven that like the oxygen levels were different.
yeah,
It's more
yeah,
nitrogen based, and
yeah.
uh,
And I totally believe that um, the Giants were the, like they were the powerhouse because I'm I get it.
yeah, they
Yeah,
picked up
the
like
T-Rex and all that shit. But
so you here's your theory. Basically, they were just grabbing these trees and ripping them right out, and they
yeah,
were beating up dinosaurs with them.
well, I don't know if they did that, but I
Caution.
guarantee they were the stronghold,
hmm
right? They were the stronghold. They were the ones that, you know, like we all hear the T-Rex. Oh my God, that thing is just, ah, right? But you know what? If you're a giant, is it really gonna, you know, hurt you? No.
hmm
It's like living in Africa and going, yeah, I see the lion go this way and that way, right? Even
Right.
though it can take me, but I'm smarter than that. And that's what I'm saying is the giants were a lot smarter and a lot stronger.
I
Like
believe.
a lot stronger than what we prevail today, you
I
know.
believe. Okay. I believe what Mike is saying. He says giants are still in Afghanistan. I
Probably.
mean, probably like that one they found. That wasn't too long ago. I
Yeah,
mean, that's in the last 20 years. Um, I was telling you about that TikToker that ended up unalived.
yeah,
And he had caught like on video. He had caught on his phone, and you could see, the mountain range, right? And then there was this. It was a radio tower.
yeah,
An old radio tower, not one that was real new, but an old radio tower. So that was a point of reference for what he was seeing walking the top of
yeah.
this like ridge, and it was like you could see it clearly. It was in a humanoid
Oh yeah,
form lumbering along the top of this ridge line, and as compared to this radio tower, and I don't know how big the radio tower goes, maybe 20, 30 feet. This thing was huge, whatever it was
yep.
walking. And he tried catching it several times. And again, because he was going out to do something, for work. And that he goes,
Well,
and he kept looking. And every time he went to go look for it again, there'd be somebody blocking the road saying this road's closed. And he goes, it's a public road, right? So
yeah.
why am I being blocked access?
But this is exactly what you're saying, exactly what I'm trying to say is dinosaurs lived through whatever happened to them. We think it's a big rock that hit the fucking earth. Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the crocodile, the megalodon made it, and other species made it. Now, why wouldn't a giant make it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're
Like
right.
I'm saying, maybe lots of them got wiped out, but I'm saying, why wouldn't at least one or two at that time make it? They would.
Good point,
We
Shadow.
gotta look at it in that type of picture because you know what? We always say, "Oh, it's a Bigfoot." Well, maybe it's not a
Well,
Bigfoot.
I
Maybe
think
it's just a fucking giant,
I I think
right?
some of I think there's you know I think there's a difference between Bigfoot and giants, like a lot less fur.
Yeah, but we as people have made Bigfoot as fur. We have did that.
Mm-hmm.
We have said that. Some guy back in 1930 said, "Yeah, he's got big fur." Really? Did he? I don't know.
You know what? I read it. I mean,
You see what I'm saying, though, right?
yeah, I read an account that was in the northern territories there in Canada about it
Whoop.
was yeah, seriously. And it was I think they said around 2000, early 2000s, 2002, something like that.
Yeah.
Um maybe. Yeah,
We're
something
in
like
the
that. Anyway,
Yukon.
yeah. Okay,
Oh, in the
um
Yukon.
it was
That's
a
interesting.
surveyor. Listen. I mean, it was a surveyor, right? And other engineers went up um and they were looking into a pipeline, like putting a pipeline through this territory, but it went through indigenous land, right? So they would have to get their permission and everything, but
Yeah.
they went to see if it was feasible to put this pipeline through this area, right? And when they
Yeah.
did, they realized that there was no way they would do it. But on their way back, they were 30 miles outside of this town. Is how
Mhm.
far into the Canadian Rockies they got. And they said about a halfway point, about 15 miles out, um, they noticed this object below them. So they kind of lowered the helicopter and circled around. And then they had to do it. They were like, hey, I think it's a Bigfoot, right? And then they lowered it more. And the other guys were like, no, it can't be because they got a closer look at it, right? And they're
Yeah.
like, it they go, it looked like it had long black hair, like an indigenous person. And they go, and it had like the dressings from like animals, like hide for clothing. And
And it was huge.
it was huge, and they're like, but you could see his skin, his bare skin, right?
Yeah.
And yep, you're right,
I'm
Shadow
I'm
Jimmy.
telling you. I'm telling you. They exist.
Yep, and those
Like,
after the play, yep,
you
possibly
know
they
what
went
was
here to see
funny,
them.
eh? Like, what was funny? I remember this about 5 years ago. I'm watching the news. Yeah, mainstream media. But I'm watching my local news.
Mm-hmm.
And Vancouver was like, holy shit, we're getting teeth
Yep.
up onto the shore. And the scientists, or whatever they call them, Scientologists, or whatever the fuck they are,
And it'd be
they were
sciences,
saying those are megalon or whatever the fuck that.
megalodon.
Yeah, those teeth. And then 2 years later, they're saying, yeah, the blue whale's getting chunks taken out of them. Hmm. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder what that would be. It wouldn't be a shark.
Right? Mm.
Like, we're talking chunks. Like,
Yes.
you've got to understand, a blue whale is a city block.
Mm-hmm.
That's how big they are.
Right. And
They're
to
the
take a
largest
huge chunk.
mammal in the world, and they're getting chunks taken out of them.
Yep.
That's not from a shark. It's
According
not
to the
even from a whale,
okay,
like a whale shark or whatever, right?
according to uh-huh. According to the book of Enoch, the giants live underground, and by the way, the planet Earth is a lot bigger than what you think. I believe that too. And also it's like if you think about it, it makes you think about the old mythology with Greek and Roman mythology talking about the Titans being basically ran underground. The
Yeah.
Titans were ran underground by the
Mm-hmm.
Olympic gods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Interesting, you know? So, like, it makes you think, I mean, this could take us down the whole hollow earth and in some places, you know?
Yep.
I always had, I tell you what, I was adventurous, but I was never like, I always had that I didn't want to go underground. No spelunking for me. It would totally, you know what I mean? You would totally get lost in that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's huh, it's like, this is a very touchy subject, and I think it's a great subject, but um we got people that don't understand anything anymore. All they understand is their gadgets. And yeah, so I'm
Right?
glad that you're bringing this forward, because I got to do more research on this, because I got to get that film for you
Hmm.
that you can watch and go, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." Right?
Yeah. Shadow says, I had a weird reoccurring dream. Volcanoes erupt. Giants come from under the earth from caves. I read to the Bible happened 3 times so far in the span of a decade or so. Yeah, that would be being underground this
Exactly.
long though. They'd never be able to
Shadow.
come up unless
Yep.
the sun darkens, as the Bible states. It will be in the end times. Yep, putting that out there. You're right. You're right because um, their eyes, they would. I mean, they'd have a hell of a dark vision. I mean, but they would be
Yep.
blinded by the light, lit up like
Blinded by the
by
light.
the light, lit up
Oh, I
like a
can't.
deuce in the mid. Oh no, no, it's fine. It's fine. Marie, my comments are not regarding or disrespecting any religion. Nope.
Oh,
Nope. There
oh,
you go.
God, Marie, don't worry about it, honey. I love you,
Yeah.
even though I can't understand her.
Right.
Her
Hey,
accent
Buzz.
is so thick. I'm like, eh, what you talking about, girl?
No, 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 no. I am. You know what, Shadow? I have no problem with people quoting scriptures because it's a reference, right? These are ancient. I mean, it's ancient, really, to us. And for people that were writing it back then, they were closer to it than we are, and they were still far out from it, but they were closer to it than we are. So it's you know, and giants are talked about in the Quran. They're talked about in many religions.
Yep.
So
Yes, they are.
it just,
Yes,
I
they
mean, but
are.
what always struck me is how, like I said, the Titans were basically pushed underground. And it's like,
Yep.
yeah, that's
Hmm. Hmm.
the Nephilim. And I need to do more research. I haven't talked about the Nephilim in years. Right? Right? but it's such a fascinating thing. There you go. Uh, Only religion all disrespect is the Luciferians. Those are the bad ones. You know what, Shadow? I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you. Yeah, that's some really nasty stuff there. Really, go skydiving. You'll see how big the planet is, right? Yeah, yeah, yep. And all religions, they're throughout all religions. And the Great Flood, you're right. That's throughout. I mean, yeah, there you go. And people
Holy
do it.
shit! I'm in top chat. I didn't even realize that.
Oh, you snob. You chat snob. You made a chat snob.
Hi, my name's Stupid. What's
There you
your?
go. There you go. The thing is, it's like I believe mankind has lost so much. We have lost so much over the years. And it's like every time it's, I tell you, we lost so much information. Um, let's
Yeah,
look
but
back like when the
uh,
Library of Alexandria burned.
yeah,
Can you
but
imagine how much information we lost then?
hmm yeah, but think about it. Our mainstream media has, how do I say this? Um, dumbed down the community, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, because they don't tell us what is really happening, right? They just
Mm-hmm.
tell us what they're told.
Yes, that's why a lot of people are like cattle and sheep. You
You
know what I
know,
mean? You got to keep
like,
an open mind. Yeah, I
yeah,
have. Yeah, Mike, I've read my Bible. I have, and you're right. That's that is depicted in the Bible. I'm just saying it's just weird that other faiths have picked up that they were driven underground. You know, they
yeah,
may not agree on how they were um, driven underground, but they all agree that they were driven underground. And yeah, I tell you, like everybody knows about Noah. You know,
yeah.
China has even talked of Jesus' birth, mentions the stars. It's really fascinating. Oh, that is cool. Yes, that is neat, Shadow. Judaism, all cross reference. Yep. And it has really dumbed down generations. Well, oh, yeah, right.
Well, it has. It has. Look, look at the society that we're living in right now,
Mm-hmm.
and go, eh?
Well, you're right.
What's
Like,
going
Marie's
on,
right.
eh?
Marie's right there. The mainstream media have an agenda. That's why. And it's
Exactly.
and you want to think about how many decades we've been misled.
Oh, since Eisenhower, I'd say.
I don't trust the Pope. No disrespect,
Hmm.
but just doesn't reference
No,
well.
wait. Since Prescott Bush,
Oh, now that's a whole different rabbit hole.
1913.
That's right, the
What did
Nephilim.
he do? We
Yes, but
all know what he did.
okay, but
But I don't want to change the subject.
that's right. We can get into the monetary situation in another
Yeah. Yeah,
another
we're gonna get into
definitely.
that some other day.
That would
But
be
you
yeah.
keep
Well,
going, girl. You're
yeah,
doing good.
so, yes, that's right. The Nephilim are the giants, exactly. Um, but I think a lot of people don't understand that either, Mike. I mean, a lot of people don't pick up on that. I mean, it's right there in Genesis 6:4. It's right there, you know? But there's a lot of people who haven't read it or here's the thing. Think of how many people have went to church, right? And just sat there and listened to whatever the pastor, minister, or whatever the church leader is, uh, their lectures or their, you know, listening to them, but not ever reading it themselves. That happens so often. Trying to change the Bible to make Jesus. Oh, really? Wait. They're trying to make him a murderer or his death a murder? I mean, bit naive thinking that the media would ever be anything but the status quo mouthpiece for the elite. Oh, Willow, I just want to hug you. Who owns the media? Yeah, exactly. Follow the money. And I get what you're saying because, Hemi, you're right. Our information and how it's disseminated comes down to that a lot of the time. We are fed what they want us to know. We are a lot of knowledge for the last 100 years plus, and I have to agree with you on that. I have to agree with you. We have to look into old texts, old things, you know, to get the information we need. Because, I mean, it doesn't make sense not to. Oh, yeah, the Catholic religion hit a lot. Oh, yeah, that would make sense if they emptied it and burned it, right, Mike? The Library of Alexandria is in the Vatican. So they basically emptied out all the scrolls and ancient writings and texts, and like like crusaders or something. He'll make fun of all the dumb people out there, Mike says. I like this guy. I love people like this um that have information and share information and Chinese manuscripts. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, they're trying to make Jesus a murderer? Oh my goodness. Lordy. Church was my uber religious man. Oh, asking how did Jesus feed so many up to fish? Um, Miracle? I don't know. That's why they call it the feeding of the. What is it? There was two of them. There was the feeding of the 2,000 and there was the feeding of the 5,000. It's been a long time. I'm going to admit that. It's been a while. Is it legend or is it history is the real question, says Exiled. Good point. Good point, Exiled. Good to see you. You know, and they wanted to stone her to. When there was a harlot and they wanted to stone her to death? Happened to be once. No. You. I say when so many different things overlap in so many different areas of the world, like the timing and everything, that it has to be history. If that many different cultures and societies were reporting similar things and it overlaps, that it would be a history. It just depend on the take on it, I guess, or how they wrote it. All the ancient texts connect to one side or the other. Good point, Exiled. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of it comes down to, let's be honest, good and evil. A lot of it comes down to good and evil.
Yeah, pick your choice.
Adam and Eve had two sons. They had.
There's BB. BB's here.
Oh, okay. BB, hold on.
Why is she not a mod?
because I was I had to
She's gonna
I was
fucking
trying
lose it.
I was trying to change her to managing. That's why. And it wouldn't let me through
Telling
the
me that.
laptop, and I got to find there's my phone. I can do it on my phone. I was waiting for her to.
That,
Okay, hold on. Adam and Eve had 2 cents. How did they recreate?
uh,
Okay, hold on. My nan must have wanted the ground to open up and swallow her up. Well, because they didn't just have 2 sons. Because if you read, if you read it, Adam and Eve,
oh, baby.
no, stop. Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel, right? Cain killed Abel. Now, after that, they had a third son, Seth. Okay. Plus, Cain wasn't killed, right? He went out and he was the father of the Canaanites, right? Canaanites. Okay. Seth was their third son, and he was born after. Because you got to figure back then, the lifespan was longer. Okay. That was before God limited man's years to 120 years. Okay. Because even Noah was of great age. Um, Abraham was of great age. You see, some of these people they talk about being alive for like 500 years. Um, well, the Chinese government changed it too. After everyone left, make him say, "I have also sinned and stoned the woman myself." Hmm. I'm so glad I have no school age kids now. It's just pure ideological brainwashing now. Well, you know what? My kids, all 5 of them, or me and Mr. G's kids, whatever, I have to share. No, I have to share credit. We've always encouraged our children to question everything. Question.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we have.
Stop it.
Question everything but
Sorry.
us. Question everything but us. No, I'm just kidding. And trust me, they literally question us all the time. me,
Right.
me so more
I
than
get
their dad.
questioned all the time.
Me so
Funny.
more than Mr. G.
I even get questioned by my mother. Ugh.
Well, you need to answer to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense, Blissful, that they did empty the library. What?
He says to get back on topic.
I'll get back. Well, things.
Nug's here.
And Jesus was some miracle, I question.
Nugger's here.
Well, you have to think, and that's the other thing with the giants. Okay, we're getting back to the giants and the Nephilim. Now, they were the offspring of fallen angels, right?
Mhm.
It makes everybody has that question: how does a fallen angel, so a fallen angel, right? What they question how that could happen, and the the offspring of them would be giants. How could the woman birth a giant? Well, here's the thing. There's been other theories that the mother wouldn't survive the birth. You see, some of them are also, if you go and use scientific thinking, right? Um, they give birth to a normal sized child or one slightly bigger, like my 9 pound son. That you could survive. And here's the thing: pituitary gland doesn't shut off. HGH, human growth hormone, right? So they wouldn't stop growing. And there's been cases of that in modern days where people just had that defect or that gene that gene, which is recessive. So both parents had to have had it in order to create somebody who grows to these great heights. Okay. And then after so many of them are out there, they probably mated with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
So
Okay.
then that's where you started getting the even bigger and even bigger giants.
But
Most of the bodies are not gonna be able to handle it.
okay.
Of a certain size.
Certain size, their body's not going to be able to process it, and they're going to have a slower bloodstream, and eventually their heart's just going to stop. That's the case with most things that have maybe a larger baby.
Well, they that may.
Oh shit.
What?
BB feels awkward.
BB, I haven't got down to here. I haven't got down that far yet. Baby, where are? Oh, I have. Hold on, keep talking.
Ooh.
I have to. There you go. Hold on, baby. Wait for me, girl.
Maybe good. She just I know what's wrong and I can't say so.
Okay.
Yeah. I love you, BB.
Baby. There we go.
Holy shit, that was late. You
There we
got
go.
slow internet over there?
Oh, that was me. I grabbed my phone to fix that.
Oh, that was on the phone. Did you get my message? Did you see what I said?
But
I said,
no.
hey, are you having a good day? What are you doing?
Okay, there we go.
And you were live. Ah.
Baby.
Oh, fuck, I'm such an ass.
Sweating.
I wonder why.
Jesus says those without sin cast the first stone, and they didn't and left. Where your accusers accuse you not as well, go sin no more. Well, yeah, Adam and he had sons and daughters, yes. You asked too many questions as a kid. Me too. But, that's how you learn. That's how you evolve.
So, how big were these guys? Or women
Well,
and guys, I guess, and
well, okay.
children.
Well,
They were massive.
well, let's look. I mean,
Like, they weren't
20 cubic.
8 feet tall. They were way above that.
Let me see something.
Okay?
Like Shadow said earlier, 20 cubits. Okay, 20 cubits. Let's see what it translates to in feet. 30 feet.
Told you this is exactly why I said I gotta send you this
Mm-hmm.
freaking video where they
I,
were
I know that they said
chopping trees down, but they look like mountains. Like, well, not
huge,
mountains, but
like huge cliffs, huge hills.
yeah, that's what
Oh,
I'm
we call
gonna
them
go.
bluffs. Like um, you have hills, you have bluffs. Now
Yeah,
bluffs are the ones that have the like cliffs and stuff.
but
They have.
Jins, they
Mhm.
look like they've been just freaking cut right off. in like Nevada and Arizona. Oh yeah,
You're
those
right,
were
Shadow.
streets.
You're right, Shadow. They said they had many sons and daughters even after Seth, but Seth was the first one born after uh, Adam, or after Cain and Abel.
Mm-hmm. So my thinking is, oof, I don't even want to think about this.
BB's like, I'm lost.
Babes, I'm with you, honey. Honestly,
Yes,
babe, I'm
exactly,
actually
Shadow.
with you.
Spiritual can affect physical. And that's the other thing that they question about angels and the women of the earth, right? Here's the thing. Look at Mary, right? Supposedly, that immaculate conception, right,
Mm-hmm.
was not a physical but a spiritual essence, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There are different, it's hard to explain, almost a different dimensional aspect to it, okay? Where metaphysical meets physical, or um, something, a being of such energy, because we're all energy, right? A being of such pure energy like that, it can spark off things. You know what I mean? It can, close proximity or approximate, maybe. Anyway, can actually split the egg.
Good girl. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Good girl. Oh, sorry.
Yes, does ancient text that suggests the children of the fallen angels were anywhere between 10 and 17 pounds at birth. Um, you know what I would say? That's like kids coming out with school books, right? It's like, um, I would say that there would be some mothers that wouldn't survive the birth, to be quite honest. You know, 10
Yeah.
pounds is doable. Um, I've heard of people 12 pounds, but anything bigger than that, we're talking that baby's getting cut out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like cesarean birth.
Yeah.
And they did, in fact, do cesarean births back then. The survival rate, though, wasn't always, you know.
Wasn't good.
It was almost always
Yeah.
never going to survive due to the fact that they didn't have modern.
They had a different technology than we do. Let's just put it that way. They had different technology than we do that has been lost, you know. I've
Mm-hmm.
heard as much as we get technologically advanced and then our society breaks down and then we rebuild again and it breaks down.
Remember just to have
6 incarnations of that I've heard.
have it off at 2 hours and
The women were larger back then.
Were they?
I don't think they were. I mean, well, okay,
Well,
let's say I'm almost 6 foot, right? And I come from where in my family it's not uncommon for people to be 6'6". We've had a couple
yeah.
people 6'8". You know what I mean? Ooh, maybe I have Nephilim blood. And a lot of redheads. I don't know about this.
Well, you're
I do
definitely
believe
weird.
I do believe a couple, and I joked around about that, but I do believe 2 or 3 generations back, there was someone born with 6 digits, and people, people, people in my dad's family. There's been a couple times where they'd lose some teeth and more teeth would come in. It was weird. I mean, just yeah, yeah. My sister. I mean,
Hey.
you tell me
I
how.
gotta.
They can easily pass a 10-pound baby. I was like, oh man, me passing a 9-pound baby. Oh my, that was hell on earth. But my sister had one that was 10 and another one that was 9 and then a 12-pound baby. No problem. It's like it's gonna depend on your hips and everything else. I think women were just more sturdy back then too. Women were a lot more sturdy back then. Even science proved all life forms on Earth were bigger in a past time because there was more oxygen. Yes, it was a lot different. A lot different. That's why everything was big. Yeah, religion and politics. Don't go, girl. Follow. Religion fails. The bro code would all be. Oh, okay. It's so obscure and tiny. Hemi, it's true. Let's see. I mean, we're the first. Didn't say they were the last he created either. Actually, there's Lilith. Lilith was before Eve. So there's that. Lilith was his first wife. And she wouldn't obey him. What modern day man foresees aliens are nothing more than what the ancient called fallen angels? Exactly. I think that too. I knew aliens were physical. Yeah. What modern day man calls an ancient. Okay. I really hate talk to text. Enoch states the first witches were the wives of the fallen one because of what they taught them. There's your first witches, coven. Yeah. And, that's one thing in my family that was passed down. Several generations was you learned things, mostly herbal remedies, herbal medications, you know.
Yep.
The Western way, it's not natural at all. Um, it depends on. See, that's you're not meant to just when you give birth. You're not really meant to lay flat. Your body is not meant for that. You should be in a squat. Seriously, they tell you it's
Oh
like
my
a squatting position. But
goodness.
redheads don't grow gray. It's more blonde. They turn blonde, the hairs, and then yeah, white, totally white. I know this because my sisters were older than me, and theirs went blonde and then turned white. It was cool. Oh no. I guess my brother's a redhead. I'm a redhead. My two sisters are redheads, and neither of our parents are red-haired. Um, but my great grandmother, redhead. Uh, three of my aunts, redheads. Yeah. So on both sides, there's redheads and twins. Lots of red-haired people in my family, and the funny thing is, the red-haired people in my family are tall. Figure that one out. 5, 5'11", 5'10" for the ladies. Um, and the guys are over 6 foot. Even my Aunt Irma, like she's 90 something and she's like 5'10". You're pretty red beard. Yes, it goes white, but it's cool though. Well, yeah, I believe it. You have plenty of time before you go white. Yes. Yes, you do. I have white right on the sides above my ears. No, I'm not Irish. Scottish and Welsh. Scottish, Welsh, Indigenous, and French. A blue beard. Shadow blue beard.
Did you say French?
Yes, French.
Okay.
Eh. Why? You got a problem with that?
Yeah,
Well,
but I'm gonna mute again.
every time I come to YouTube, I think aliens are about. Well, there's also people outside the garden, if you remember. Yes. When Cain left the garden because he offed Abel, he married someone outside the garden. True story, exiled. True. So my question has always been, who are the people outside the garden? I can't find any writings on them. Um, um, there's something that went into that. It might be in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Some say Solomon created witchcraft due to his wisdom. He sought it out and forsaken God. The very demons he squeezed for info started tormenting him since he sacrificed to Baal. Interesting story. I tell you what, guys, and I know this is slightly off, and we'll get right back to the Giants. I am telling you, I want to dive into Bohemian Grove so much. Ah, Betty, family of redheads. Oh. Oh, A1? Yep. In the Book of Jubilees. See, and people don't realize if you look close enough and you don't have have other people up in a pulpit feed you what they want you to know. Because hey, think about it this way: they represent. That's almost like media, social or not social media, but media, right? They only tell us what they want us to know, or the slant they want us to know. Sometimes churches do the same thing. They only they only push out what they want you to know, and it's up to you to read the scriptures yourself or whatever you believe in. Extra set of teeth or traits of theirs. Oh wow. Okay, exiled. We're cousins now. 100 times removed, but we're cousins now. I guess that makes Shadow's a redhead. Okay, then that makes us cousins too. No. Oh really? Your bio mom is full blood Irish from Dublin. Wow. Ain't nothing wrong with the Irish. I just am not Irish. Bohemian Grove is a good topic. What do y'all think? Well, I'm doing Anton LaVey next week. Next week, I'm doing Anton LaVey. Yes, I believe that too, Shadow, that aliens are demons. The evil of Aleister Crowley today, they call them angels and demons. Tomorrow they will call them something else. We need to be one of these demons upon visitation. Yes. See, with the Halloween season coming up, I was going to do Anton LaVey, Crowley, and then other figures in history. Yes, right? Bohemian Grove definitely needs covered. And my thing is, that's not just something you can cover in one live. Bohemian Grove is going to, I mean, that's such a rabbit hole that it needs to be covered. Oh, it'd take a while to cover that. There's so much interesting stuff in it. There's a lot of people that didn't even know about Bohemian Grove. I knew someone, like, the first time I ever heard of Bohemian Grove was Paul Bonacci. If anybody had ever heard of Paul Bonacci and the Franklin Credit Union scandal, Boys Town scandal, I'm going to cover that too. There's mention of people, but it doesn't tell where they come from. I want to know the origin. We all want to know that one. Definitely. I'm out of the family, but it's okay, Blissful. Right? This Diddy stuff is opening a can of worms. Well, a lot of stuff is opening a can of worms. Things are actually coming out. You know, a lot of things have been coming out in the last, well, let's be honest. Since I would say COVID, maybe before, maybe 2017 on, things are slipping out here and there. And it's like we need to prepare for something. Oh, yes, Bohemian Grove videos, yep. Not really that hard to follow. Bohemian Grove goes all the way back to the origins of the Torah and Morlock. Yep, worship of the heathens. And do you find it interesting that it's an owl representation? You know, an owl, and what was it? Minerva was the symbol for Minerva was an owl, and was it Athena? Also Lilith. Lilith is represented by an owl too. So many things with the forbidden knowledge. And I tell you, when my sister, or right, it was shortly before she passed, she kept saying, well, we knew she was going to. She had ovarian cancer and had been fighting it for years. But she was talking about owls, that she saw an owl perched on the garage out back when she got up, looked out the kitchen window. Then, then she saw two owls the next day, and then three owls, and she was starting to freak out. She's like, "Why am I seeing owls?" And here's the thing: she was seeing them in daylight, like it was light out. Why were owls out and about? Just freaky. Broken, good to see you, sweetheart. No, you're fine. Oh yeah, I watch Jaguar. Except for sometimes she just gets totally, like, I have to keep it down because she does a lot of screaming. Always been oh, okay. Always yeah. Mm-hmm. Kiddo tropical sacrifices, and I tell you that, what is it? The one that they celebrate every July or whatever? Or was it yeah, we'll get to that. Maybe I'll say this: some folks may not believe things for history, but know this: we were lied to about a lot. Yes, we were. You may not believe, but a lot of people at the top of this thing do. Some not good. I read a lot of I've read a lot of stuff on not ancient knowledge and the like the 1% and how their basic principles are to disseminate, um, dumb down things and disseminate things so that we all do not evolve and we don't gain the knowledge they have because it keeps us like cattle. Yeah, that is some. Yeah. In the last sentence, because, yep, would be against TOS. Yes, it would. There are two histories. One that they want you to believe it, and the real history. There you go, Bliss. The Nickelodeon splash sign is the same shape as Epstein Island. Epstein Island. Ooh. Rabbit holes, I loved them. If you remember the fourth kind and the story behind fourth kind, they were seeing aliens in in the form of owls. That's insane. Oh, watched Quiet on the Set. Oh my goodness. Yep. Ancient texts that suggest don't even come from our dimension. See, at one point, yeah, in native folklore, they talk about them that they're harbingers of bad things to happen. Do. Sorry, guys. I'm catching up with you. Don't trust anything that moves its head around and see behind it. No kidding. No kidding. That's some like exorcist stuff right there, right? Yeah, it does come true. I just like have when Jack Ware talks, I have to turn it down because Mr. G's like, what in the heck is that? You know? Yes, that's why it's up to us to research things, to find out for ourselves, to ask those questions, to talk to others that may have one like a piece of the puzzle you don't have. Somebody has. You know what I mean? Um, and that's the only way, we're gonna survive whatever's coming. Oh yeah. Diddy's gonna get Epsteined. We wonder quite a few things about her. Yeah, like how does she know all this stuff, right, Betty? I'm going down a lot of rabbit holes tonight. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, it is. I think it's 4 episodes, I'm not sure. The Quiet on Set. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe the statues were good luck. But I know It depends on what color and all that. You believe Jaguar? I do too. I believe it. But here's the thing: if people have Nephilim blood, they might be just cursed. I'm cursed. I'm cursed. She knows. Yeah, she knows too much dirt and details, and then sometimes she'll say that yeah, she got it from her dealer, and then she'll be like, she got it the information from a girl, another another female. But then again, she might be one of those people that you know people confided in. There will be too many followers, not enough good leaders. The BBC is corrupt too, aren't they all? You know what? I figured the BBC was corrupt when I heard about that. Was it Jimmy Seville? That creeper? 90 feet statues of idols and other gods. Also, King of Babylon made an exact same 90-foot height. Ooh, it's not a grand move, but yeah.
Uh-huh.
How she knows so much? Good question. Jimmy Seville. There. So you know exactly. Well, of course you know what I'm talking about. I figured when that stuff came out, way too many victims, or way too many victims. Considered bad luck. It's been a long time since it's been mentioned, right? I mean, I've read, and it's been a long time ago, about black owls and white owls, and yeah.
I think my
I was
mic is wrong.
I was just
Okay.
talking about like innocent figurines in your house and not to worship them or anything. Like, just know you only had one, the one I made in ceramic class. I know what you mean. Was close to, yeah, that was a mess. That was a mess. What?
I wonder if it's good now.
Oh,
Hmm.
the when I was talking about up in the
Wow.
when I was
Hmm.
talking about the giant in the northern territories that they were looping around, um, they said they lowered the helicopter and they thought he was waving, right? Because they were still at a great enough height to be like, yeah. They thought the speaker was waving at him, and they're like, and then they said, and then a couple seconds later, they heard a real clump, and the helicopter like shook, and when they landed it, like after leaving, they went and landed it. There's a huge dent. They said the size of a like pumpkin or watermelon. Mm, yeah, they always do. They haven't developed their gifts yet.
Hmm.
Most things, I love it. I just read a lot. Some I lose more information than I actually share. I will give you that. But geez, they'll
I
hide
don't
that
think
from
the
the throat.
fucking mic is working. Oh, well,
Your mic is
okay.
working just fine. I hear you. You must have your sound turned on so you don't hear me.
Oh,
Are you on a delay?
No, I didn't realize I hit my mic.
Oh,
Whoops.
good gravy, buddy.
Uh, that makes me look stupid.
See,
Hello.
that's a whole different topic. I'm telling you, Marie, that we can get into monarchy, governments. The corruption,
Oh, yeah.
the Luciferian
Yeah,
agenda.
Marie. Oh, am I live right now?
You're live.
I think I'm live. I don't know if I'm live.
You're
Hmm.
live.
I think
God,
I'm live.
you are.
Hey, can you hear me, Marie?
I, yeah, I can hear you.
Marie, can you hear me? Hmm.
Oh, who else is up here?
Oh,
Broken.
now I can hear you. Oh shit! Now I can hear
That's
you. Oh,
that's
Jen. Fuck.
that's besides Hemi. Right next to me is Mr. G. That be
Yeah.
that's my other half. That
Sorry, I didn't. I couldn't hear you. I I don't know what the hell I did. Huh.
can you hear me now?
No, I hear you now. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
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 You're good now?
Oh my goodness.
Hi. Do you hear me?
Hey, welcome anytime, Shadow. You should slip in for the Anton LaBey next
No.
week.
See? I told you. She's my brat. Good God.
Peace.
Stop it, brat. Mr. G, can you do something about that? You know? Tell her she's a brat.
I'm a brat. Yeah.
Brat!
Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up tonight. So,
Yeah, because my elks are playing in like
yep.
Mr. G's asleep.
12 minutes.
Mr. G fell asleep.
I knew he did.
He's gonna sleep.
Poor guy.
Got so bored.
Tell Mr. G I love him.
I would too. In fact, I was bored. I almost fell asleep.
He fell asleep. Anyway,
Yeah, he got bored of us.
yeah. You know what? Thanks everybody for coming in and everybody who participated
Yep.
and anybody who's watching on replay. Dave,
Dave's
Dave,
here. Dave just caught here. Hi,
love you.
Dave. 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 Dave's here. Dave is here.
Yes, I tell you what.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just wanted to say to everyone, thank you for not bringing bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Drama, right? We
Yeah.
were talking about something that we are very serious about and
And
that we
interested
love
in.
to look at.
Yeah. Oh,
So I just wanted to say thank you very much to everyone that yeah.
that participated and had a good chat and
Yeah,
um mhm.
exactly.
And like I said, there'll be more topics like this coming. Like
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
I mean,
But we
I think
we gotta get Mr. G more involved instead of
I
making him go to sleep.
I
Poor
think
guy.
I think
We
the
bored him.
I think that I'm actually here's some of the things that are coming up. I'm doing Anton LaBey. Then the month of
Yep.
October, I'm doing more like more scary kind of content. But then
Oh,
November, I'm going to be picking up on the other religions and cults and stuff.
yep,
And we'll be talking about other figures. But during October, I'll be doing Aleister Crowley.
yep.
Um, like I said, Anton LaBey is going to take a couple weeks to cover.
Because
Um,
I know Willow is she's gonna come and watch us, and we'll watch you.
Oh
And
no,
I
because she's
know
gonna relax.
Dave G will be there. Well, Dave G is always there. Well, we always know Betty will be there because
We did.
we like that little Betty boop boop. And well, Marie will be around. I know Marie. She's our little crazy little English girl.
You are not the only one born in November, Nugget.
Yes, I am. Shut the hell up.
Oh yeah, we'll cover that. Yep.
Yeah, like
Your
let's.
birthday's in November too? Awesome.
And
Oh,
I'm gonna send you all that research that I seen about the tree chopping.
the tree chopping. You want to get into the tree
You
chopping?
know, like the big trees, not these redwoods. I'm talking about
The giant trees.
the giant trees. Yeah.
Well, here's
I'm
another
gonna
thing. When I
send
was
that
studying,
to you, sweets.
when I was studying or looking into these uh, giants and Nephilim, they also
Yeah.
talked about these radio towers, right?
Yeah.
And these radio
Yeah.
towers on the and supposedly there's government installations under them with Nephilim in them. Is what they're trying to say.
Well,
Oh
yeah.
wow, Marie's is the 21st.
Yeah, but mine's better. I got the 26th.
Yeah, I know you got the 26th.
26th of November.
Yep,
But
that's right. October is my birthday month. I'll be I get to. I'll have to have a party that day. Oh wait, it's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday.
My birthday falls on a Sunday, so we'll have to do it this Saturday.
no, we can't do it on a Sunday.
No, we'll do.
Sundays are not good for me.
No, that's your family day.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry.
We gotta do it on a Saturday.
Yeah, we'll do it the day before.
Or the day after.
Well, the day after would be Monday.
I don't care.
And the day after is actually my sister's birthday.
So let's do it on the Monday, and let's do both days on the Monday. Does that make sense?
November 20th, not October. No,
Like
yeah, you're a Scorpio,
I
definitely.
can't do anything on a Sunday.
I am
That's with my mom. I'm with my mom. No matter what.
I'm a typical Libra. I'm all about balance and justice. If I feel like someone's being treated unjustly or unfairly, I want to balance that,
Exactly.
and I want everybody to be happy and, yes.
Well, my mom was happy yesterday.
I bet she was.
Yeah. She had a good time.
Girls, Scorpios. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, Scorpios pistols.
Yeah.
Yep, your channel's anniversary is the 31st. Yep, on Halloween. I got a whole bunch of stuff I want to cover for Halloween because it's like I was thinking of Samhain, um, and all the
What? What
the
did you just say?
okay Samhain or
What
Samhain.
the hell is that?
The Celtic, the reason that we celebrate it, where the veil is thin from the 31st for 3 days. The veil between,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck's sakes. I thought
Hey,
it was candy.
it wasn't always about candy.
Jesus. Do you have to get me
Oh,
off?
dang. That's right. I forgot
I didn't even know that.
You're a November Sagittarius. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
boy. You didn't know? He,
No.
no, he didn't know that
Okay.
Halloween was a pagan.
Invented Halloween.
It's a pagan holiday.
Traditionally, it's a pagan holiday.
Okay. I didn't
Oh,
know that, Blissful. I like honestly, I didn't like I don't know this. I just know that I used to go get candy when I was a
that's right.
kid, and now I give candy. I
Well,
didn't know that.
well, you do know
Thank
the
you, Bliss.
tradition. You know why they would wear masks and stuff.
Huh.
Well, it was to trick demons.
To trick.
To trick the demons.
Okay. Uh, huh.
Hey, Giggity. Good to see you. Good to see you, Giggity. Giggity giggity. That makes me think of
Oh, Giggity. I
you know
kind of like that name, Giggity.
yeah, but you know what's so funny?
Oh,
You know what's that
Giggity.
when I see that? It reminds me of Family Guy.
Yeah, right?
Glenn. Was it Glenn? Giggity giggity.
Giggity.
Quagmire.
Giggity.
His name is Glenn.
Glenn Quagmire.
Uh,
No giggity.
I
Yes,
know Bliss
exactly.
doesn't fucking care to talk to me, but whatever. I don't care. At least I'm nice.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Hmm.
Anyway. But
Anyway,
some of
I'm gonna
the
bounce. Okay.
me too.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
leaving too? But
Yeah,
you
that's what I
suck
thought it
at
was.
that.
That's what I thought it was. I thought your channel was the like in with the gig work, like DoorDash and all that. So anyway, I'm wrapping it up for the night. I will thank you all for coming. Have a good night, and we'll think of a topic for later on this week. But we're doing Anton LeBay next Saturday at 4. So
Don't commit crimes. Be good people.
don't commit crimes and be good people. Okay. Catch you on the flip side.